All right, number 7, something coming up in November, but hot right now, the New York City mayor's race where I live. Mr. Mondami, an avowed socialist, is right now, he's going to win. If nothing changes, he's going to win. What would have to change? First of all, these outside groups who have been talking at their Hamptons cocktail parties all summer about getting involved in the race are going to have to make a decision. How much are they willing to spend? Who are they going to hire? What are they going to spend it on? And they can't just go negative on Mondami, although his negatives are quite high and can be driven higher. That has to happen for him to lose. But they need a candidate. The guy's going to win unless someone else wins. And the only other person, every poll that came out while we were off suggests what we saw before. The only other person who could win is Andrew Cuomo. Now, he's got problems as a candidate, but he's the only one. We've got two other candidates, the current mayor, Mayor Adams, the Republican Curtis Sliwa. They don't have to get out of the race for Cuomo to win, but they have to get very little of the vote. They have to effectively be neutered in the race. Cuomo is campaigning more actively than he did when he lost to Mondami in the primary. This matters a lot. If there's a socialist mayor in New York City, I hope he does well. I've said that before, but Republicans will point to him all 2026 in the midterms as the face of the Democratic Party. And a lot of people, including Donald Trump and his friends who have business interests in New York, don't believe that the city will thrive or even survive if this guy's elected mayor. Now, lots resting on Andrew Cuomo. He is trying to be more Mondami-like in how he campaigns. He's trying to match him. Very similar to what Gavin Newsom is doing with President Trump, which is if you can't beat him playing your own game, try to beat him by joining him. Here's a Cuomo video with him on this talking about the subway and buses, acting very much like Mondami, trying to mix it up in a casual way. This is Cuomo video S6, please.
The MTA, I can try to explain it to you, but it is the mother of all bureaucracies. Somebody has to say, I'm in charge. Let's take back our subway system. Let's manage our subway system. Let's make it safe.
All right, if you're listening on the podcast version, you heard that, oh my God, at the top. That was Andrew Cuomo at a subway clerk booth, where the subway clerk was all excited to see him. All right, coming up later in the month, Kamala Harris book tour. This is going to be a big deal. It's going to test whether people are interested in what she has to say. She's passed on running for governor of California, but she's still listed as a potential presidential candidate. And there's no hiding in the book business. I can tell you, having been in the book business, how many books you sell is a matter of public record, what the ratings are like for your appearances. And she started the slow tease out of the book that comes out later in the month. Here is a little bit of her latest. This is Kamala Harris faux packing for her book tour. S7, please.
Okay, I almost forgot these. Let me make some room. Actually, I think I have everything I need.
So again, she had in her luggage just a bunch of her copies of her book. The tour is going to take her all over the U.S. It's going to take her overseas. While we were on break, Donald Trump took away her Secret Service protection. Normally, vice presidents only get 6 months when they leave office. That's what she had. Joe Biden has extended it. Donald Trump reversed it. Let's see what happens on that book tour. Super interested to see how she presents herself and what she says about the campaign that's new. I don't think she would have gotten a book deal unless she had something new to say. So looking forward to that later in the month. Wes Moore. I want to make a point about Wes Moore, but it's a more general point about all these people running for president. While we were away, Wes Moore continued to step up his opposition to President Trump on some of these crime issues. President Trump has criticized Baltimore, where Wes Moore grew up, the Baltimore area, and of course is the biggest city in his state. Wes Moore has had questions raised in the past about his military service and whether he was rightfully awarded and was awarded certain military honors at the time he said he was awarded them. Here he is in an interview on Fox News where he was pressed on this question, which he's been asked before, but now it's happening in a different context. Here's S8, please.
The Pentagon said in 2006, Wes Moore listed a Bronze Star on his resume he didn't have until 2 decades later. Wes Moore is a perfect example of a politician who inflates his resume and hopes no one notices. Your response, Governor?
My response is I'm very proud of my service, and I'm thankful that the United States military has recognized my service in Afghanistan with both the Bronze Star and the Combat Action Badge. I'm thankful for the service that I did overseas. I'm thankful for the soldiers that I led with. I'm thankful for all of our veterans who understand the sacrifice that we were able to make, and I'm grateful for the opportunity now to be able to continue to do good work on behalf of the people of the state of Maryland.
Yeah. Well, I don't think many people question your service, Governor. I appreciate your service, and I respect and honor that service as well. The question is whether or not you're telling the truth as a politician. And I think that's important to the American people. As we talk about crime or any other issues addressing the state of Maryland, we got to know that the man we're talking to is also one that's willing to tell us the truth. And this does not look like good evidence of your willingness to tell the truth.
I think if you look at my military records, you can see that I'm not just very proud of the fact that I'm a decorated combat veteran, and I, unlike many people in this country, were willing to put on the uniform and sacrifice myself on behalf of this country. I'm proud of the work that I did with also my other soldiers.
Handsome guy, great smile, articulate. Those answers are non-responsive. And I'm just telling you, every one of these people, with the possible exception of Gavin Newsom, including Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar, who've run before, every one of these folks, if they have success in the presidential field, they are going to be questioned in ways they never have before, even questions they've been asked before. Asked and answered in the past does not cut it in the context of someone trying to have a successful presidential campaign. So I'm going to be watching closely here as Wes Moore, because any interviewer, anyone interviewing him who's seen that response is almost certainly going to at least think about going back and asking him to clarify yet again. This is a difficult thing to do. It's more difficult than running for governor. It's more difficult than running for Senate. It's even more difficult than running for vice president. We'll see how he does. Back in 2020, people on the American left pushed very hard to get children's books into schools, getting all sorts of titles onto the bookshelves. Things like activist baby, woke baby, anti-racist baby, and non-binary baby. Well, our new sponsor thought if we're doing the whole political kids books thing, we shouldn't leave out a book called Capitalist Baby. So here you go. Capitalist Baby, a fun illustrated A to Z kids book, is now on sale at Amazon.com. Capitalist Baby is a beautifully illustrated, it's a little tongue-in-cheek, and a clever A to Z book for kids and parents who love business and capitalism. Best part is this: Capitalist Baby is optimistic. It celebrates the ideas of an American entrepreneurship and business. It is instructive without any preaching. Real business concepts are woven into the charming text and into the illustrations. Capitalist Baby is your alternative to the leftist kids book so popular after 2020. Buy Capitalist Baby now for yourself, your kids, and as a gift. It's a delightful read that deserves a spot on your bookshelf. For the first time in human history, there's an A to Z alphabet book for people who believe in free enterprise, entrepreneurship, and commerce. So right now, go buy a copy or buy 3. Search Capitalist Baby on Amazon.com today.